is this a celebration for 50k subs?
Oh, we're still doing that?
Brony! I'm going to fucking end you. When I get out of here, I'm going to fucking take your nuts and shove them all the way up your goddamn throat!
Lost. 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 Why are you so thick? And I'm not even trying to be gross or weird or anything, and I can prove it. Why is it that the borders around your butt are thicker than the borders around your body? Don't look at me like that. This is a serious question.
Oh, what is up, everybody? Wolfhead Brony here again. And I just
Recorded that last bit like 2 minutes ago, so I'm trying to figure out if Lost sees this when she inevitably does. What is she gonna say? Like, we don't talk about how thick I am. So I'm here to react to this when they deflate. Lost, what have you done? Wait a minute. Magpie wrote this. Mag, what did you do? I knew this wasn't a face to be trusted. Basically, when they deflate is about... I mean, I read the description. It seems to be that Pinkie Pie and Cheese Sandwich are in a relationship, but they're also serial killers. This is the only thing I can take from the description. And a little side Brony tangent, if you will. The only pony I can realistically see Pinkie with is Cheese Sandwich, because he's so great at matching her energy. There's a lot of times when Pinkie is just being Pinkie, and everybody is like, Pinkie, get the F out of here. We ain't got time for that. But Cheese Sandwich can just match her energy, and I feel like with as much energy as both of them have, they would just exhaust each other by the end of the day. It's like, with the other characters in the show, it's a mixed bag when it comes to ships. It's like, oh, I can see Rainbow Dash with Rarity. I can see Rainbow Dash with Applejack. People would like bring up their own points as to why it would work, you know? With Pinkie Pie and Cheese Sandwich, I feel like they'd be like this. Like there's no other matchup that I can see can be tighter. So I'm talking your ears off. I'm gonna get into when they deflate right now. This video is 32 minutes long. Hopefully my camera can be on for that amount of time. We're starting in 3, 2, 1, go. What does that say? Insidious? Insidious October! Was that Lost? Who did that laugh? Oh, that's spooky. It's the end of November right now. Why didn't I react to this in October?
It started with the promise. Every pony knows that a Pinkie
I can't talk
promise
that much.
should never be broken. Cheese Sandwich had traveled nearly all of Equestria, spreading his love of parties to the mundane lives of the ponies he had met. With his faithful assistant Boneless 2 at his side, he journeyed along the less traveled roads, following nothing but his instincts. It wasn't too much of a surprise for Cheese when he found himself on the path to Ponyville. Since his encounter with Pinkie Pie at Rainbow Dash's birthversary, that little pink pony had stayed on his mind. It was uncanny how much she reminded him of himself. Her very mannerisms echoed his own. It only made sense that he would be drawn to her. There was, however, one very distinct difference between them.
What was it?
A difference monumental enough that he was sure she could never truly understand. When Cheese approached the bright and inviting bakery known as Sugar Cube Corner, he heard the unmistakable sound of Pinkie Pie's voice. He
Was it a
noted,
giggle?
However, that her intonation seemed different.
That's what happens when you break a Pinkie promise!
What is she stepping on?
Followed by a squelching sound. Cheese ignored the closed sign on the door and poked his head inside curiously. He
Hey.
saw Pinkie crouched behind the counter. struggling with something just out of sight. He also noticed the absence of curl in her mane and tail, along with the unmistakable splatter of blood on her fur. Pinkie's head shot up at the sound of his entrance, and he saw a flicker of something dark in her eyes.
Cheese,
When she
run!
saw him, her
He's not
entire
gonna run.
demeanor changed. She gasped in delight, her mane and tail bouncing to life, as a wide smile graced her adorable little cheeks.
Cheese sandwich!
She squealed, racing to see him with a hug tackle. When she finally
Tackle
raced
hug.
him, she saw the curious expression on his face. She looked down at herself and noticed the splotches of crimson on her coat.
Oops, looks like you caught me working on red velvet cupcakes. Just give me a second and I'll be right with you.
Red
Pinkie
velvet
hummed to
cupcakes,
herself
Pinkie.
as she bounced back across the room and behind the counter. She ducked out of sight, and Cheese heard little grunts of frustration as she attempted to move something.
Need help?
He asked.
Who's doing cheese sandwich? I gotta look at the
Her
description. of it.
back legs were digging into the ground furiously, trying and failing to propel herself forward. He heard her mutter something under her breath, something about laying off the cupcakes once in a while. Cheese smiled, undeterred by her insistence, and approached.
Wait!
Pinkie screamed, jumping up and holding out her hooves. However, despite her efforts, Cheese could clearly see the unmistakable outline of a yellow Pegasus pony drenched in its own blood, lifeless on the floor.
Aw, but I really liked you. I was hoping you wouldn't have to see this and I could spare you from meeting your own.
Wow, you do this kind of stuff too?
Cheese's
What?
declaration
Wait a minute,
caused
what?
Pinkie's eyes to widen in both wonder and confusion.
I thought I was the only one. This is
What
wonderful.
the fuck?
Cheese said, laughing as he joined her behind the counter. Was all she
Even
could
Pinkie
say
is like,
as
wait
Cheese
a second,
examined the
what?
now lifeless pony at their hooves.
Where are we taking her?
Pinkie beamed again,
Dude, the way...
just as brightly as
Hold
she
on.
did when he had first arrived.
Pause. The way the cheese sandwich just kind of shifts into like this situation is unnerving. It's like, you do this stuff too? Oh, awesome. Let me help out. It's like, oh, another body, another day, you know? It's unnerving. I'm freaked out right now, Lost.
And then I said, you told me you would come at exactly 2 o'clock, remember? And she was all like, but, I have to save those inky little mice from something or other, and I couldn't make it. Normally,
She killed Fluttershy!
It's a teeny weeny bit, but she was the one who used the words pinky promise. I mean, I didn't tell her to say that, but she did. I'm not the one who makes the rules here. A pinky promise
What the
is
fuck?
the most ultimate of all promises ever.
Pinkie said,
I didn't
as
make
she
up the
sipped
pinky
her
promise. I
vanilla
just
shake
enforced
through
the
a swizzle
rules.
straw.
Well, that makes sense.
Cheese Sandwich said with a smile.
Oh my
Pinkie
god, these
blushed
two.
and hid her face in her mane. Cheese Sandwich returned the blush with one of his own, and there was a small awkward silence between them.
I am gonna miss her though. She was a great friend. Sad to see her go. And you're absolutely positively you're sure that this doesn't bother you?
Pinkie asked, looking for any sign of weakness in him.
The way he
She
shifted was
certainly
so...
didn't want to have
Ugh.
to kill him, but she would if she needed to.
Bother me? Why would this bother me? I know exactly what you mean.
How so?
Yeah, why would this
Well,
bother
you've seen
any
my
pony?
parties.
It's just a natural
You
occurring thing.
amazingly spectacular ones?
Don't forget epic.
Of course not.
Not every pony appreciates all of my hard work.
Who wouldn't like a cheese sandwich party?
Some ponies claim my parties are too wild or too fun. Can you believe it? Too fun? Then there are those who try to take credit
Too
for
fun?
the parties I planned. Or worse. They
That is a
forget
weird complaint.
I'm even there.
Pinkie reached out a hoof and smiled reassuringly.
so then they really get what's coming.
Well, no pony likes a party pooper, do they?
Cheese said, the familiar bright tone returning to his voice.
Nope, nope, nope.
Pinkie said. The two of them made delighted little giggles of joy until the timer on the oven dinged.
Ooh,
Oh, no.
looks like the
Oh,
cookies
no.
are done.
And no
The
pony
what?
suspects the wonderfully unique flavors of your cupcakes?
No, silly.
Oh,
And
fuck.
why would they? I've been making these cupcakes for quite some time now. The flavor might change a bit from pony to pony, but the recipe stays the same.
Pause. Pinkie ever handed me a tray of cupcakes and her mane was down, I would kick her in the face. As much as I love Pinkie, dude, it's like the whole like cupcakes thing with Pinkie is so entwined within Pinkie from like a fandom standpoint that if you associate Pinkie with cupcakes, you just automatically assume they're made out of ponies. That's like a rule in the fandom now. Continue.
Pinkie brought the newly baked cupcakes out onto the counter and gingerly placed them on the cooling rack. Cheese smiled and inhaled their delicious scent.
Want one?
Pinkie asked, offering him a golden warm bite. Cheese gobbled the cupcake whole, delighting in the taste that Pinkie called meat.
You know, I sure would love to watch you work. I mean, besides making these amazing cupcakes.
There are a few errands I have to run after I'm done here. Maybe I could show you my technique. As long as you show me yours, of course.
Pinkie said, trailing
Pause. Whoa. I'll show you mine as long as you show me yours. What? Some innuendos in here? Really? Continue.
for the frosting.
It's a date.
Ugh.
But it can't just be any pony.
Of course not. We'll have to find the right pony.
The right pony?
Maybe some pony in town comes to mind?
While his killings had not been random in the past, Cheese had the urge to show her his skills. After all,
You had
she
urge to show her
certainly was the
something,
man of
alright.
His dreams and his nightmares.
I might have an idea or two.
Pinkie said, expertly lacing the frosting on one of the cupcakes.
He wants to show her his boneless chicken. That's what he wants to show her.
Here you are, darling.
Rarity.
Rarity said she had done what Pinkie had asked and filled her satchel with gems.
And you say this is for a new recipe?
Oh, yes. It's quite crucial to the preparation, you see.
Pinkie said with a
What is it?
smile. Cheese Sandwich was watching her curiously, trying to figure out what she had in mind.
If you say so.
Rarity
Just
said,
Pinkie being
making a
Pinkie.
mental note to inspect any future treats for remnants of rock.
You're so delightfully random.
Cheese said as they left the boutique.
Just you wait and see what I have planned. I'll bet you've never seen a pony go out like this.
Pause.
Pinkie
Even though this is a grimdark, I gotta appreciate this script though. Like the conversations between them, how they interact with each other. I really, really like it so far. Continue.
said, bouncing at his side for a moment before he joined her.
Betcha I can bounce higher.
Nuh-uh.
I was Bouncy House champion for 3 years running.
And who do you think took that title
Bouncy
away from
House
you?
champion.
I let you win.
Uh-huh.
Pinkie said with a wink.
Oh, hiya, Pinkie Pie.
Apple Bloom said. Cheese and Pinkie halted their bouncing to greet the little filly. Apple Bloom looked at Cheese Sandwich in confusion.
And,
Cheese Sandwich!
Remember? He's
Weird
the
Al
one
Yankovic.
Terrific party from Rainbow Dash.
He's the pro accordion player!
you did that.
The lack
You
of
Philistine!
recognition caused Cheese Sandwich's eye to twitch. His mane and tail made a soft deflating noise.
Oh my
as
god,
they
what's happening?
straightened, much the same way Pinkie's did when she was sad or angry. Pinkie saw a hint of anger in him that might lead to him making apple bloom pie, and carefully blocked his path.
No, silly. It was all Cheese's idea, Apple Bloom. He
off.
Wait, he got that way because she didn't know who he was?
The best party ever? I can't remember the last time I had that much fun. The Crusaders
Oh
and
my
I
God.
won all kinds of prizes, and we went on all the rides too.
Apple Bloom said, lighting up in her recollection of the event. Hearing this caused Cheese's demeanor to change. He smiled, and his mane bounced back into life as if nothing had happened.
I'm glad you liked
That was
it.
that was a
It
close
was a
one.
pretty good one, wasn't it?
Yes, indeedly.
Well, I best be going. Granny needs me. See you later, Pinkie Pie. And see
Bye,
you later.
Apple Bloom.
Cheese sandwich!
Right, I knew that.
Apple Bloom said before making a speedy exit. Cheese watched Apple Bloom scamper away with a glare.
She's
Oh,
not
no.
the right pony.
Pinkie said, following his thoughts.
Why not?
Well, she's one of my best friend's little sisters. And you don't just go killing your friend's little sisters unless she breaks a pinky promise.
Cheese
So that is the line. The line
Yes,
is
and
a
he wanted
pinky
to do
promise.
this to disappoint Pinkie Pie.
It's like if you break a
This
pinky
was
promise,
how
all
they
bets
said
are off,
her
son.
party, after all.
Alrighty then. Where was this pony you had in mind?
He asked, finding it difficult to hold back his enthusiasm.
You'll see, Mr. Impatient Pants. She should be just ahead.
Pinkie said,
I
resuming
bet
her
it's
delightful
Rainbow
little
Dash.
bounce along Ponyville's dirt road.
The schoolhouse? Oh, so it is a filly after all.
Not just any filly. She's the meaniest of all the little fillies.
It's
I've had my
Babs.
eye on her for a while now. but
It's
I
Diamond
haven't really had
Tiara.
any reason to pay her a visit. At least not till today.
Cheese beamed and followed after Pinkie. He watched the satchel of gems bounce along with her, making little tinkling sounds as they collided into each other. Just what was this pony up to? Pinkie Pie led Cheese up a small hill to the schoolhouse, but not to the front door. She held out a hoof to stop Cheese in his tracks and whispered a quiet, "Shh." Following her lead, Cheese and Pinkie crept behind the building and peeked their heads up just enough to look inside. There was a little group of fillies inside fussing over what appeared to be a school newspaper. But there was one pony in particular that caught both their attention.
No, no, no!
Diamond
You're
Tiara.
missing the point. Ponies don't want to read about that part of the Equestria Games. We won this and we won that. Boring.
Diamond Tiara.
They want to read about Princess Twilight's dragon friend and his embarrassing display of...
Diamond
You know, I don't
Tiara
even
was
feel bad.
interrupted by the sound of the schoolhouse bell, signaling
Go
the
do
end.
you, Pinkie. Make
The
that
other
filly into a
fillies
freaking
sighed
pie.
in
See if I
gratitude,
care.
elated that they could get away from Diamond Tiara and her oppressive nature.
I want every pony back by dawn tomorrow. This paper is not going anywhere until we have a decent story.
Diamond Tiara said. She stuck her nose in the air and stomped her way towards the back door. Pinkie and Cheese quickly lowered their heads, and Pinkie began to rummage in her pack. As she did, a quiet and creepy little laugh escaped her lips, and her mane began to deflate. She pulled out a plain burlap sack and a rolling pin from under the pile of jewels.
She's
that
gonna
Rarity
knock
had
her out and
generously donated
fucking-
to her special recipe. Pinkie passed the rolling pin to Cheese, knowing
Oh,
that
no.
he didn't need to be told what to do with it. When he took it in his mouth, his mane also deflated.
Oh my God, the
and he
freaking
returned a
eyes!
Sinister smile. His heart skipped a beat watching her creep into position, waiting on the other side of the door for their little prey to make her exit. Diamond Tiara shoved open the door and stomped down the steps with her nose still in the air. Cheese couldn't contain his excitement any longer. He let out a delightfully wicked giggle as he bashed Brony's head from behind, knocking her unconscious. Pinkie carefully dragged her to the side and ducked out of sight.
Job well done, boys. Cupcakes for victory? No? Alright, cool. These eyes are freaking me out, though.
You do it.
Aw, but you're so super excited.
Pinkie said, nuzzling him gently and causing a giant blush to appear on his face.
But it's your brilliant plan, and I've got to see you execute it.
You mean execute her?
Oh.
Where am I?
Diamond Tiara asked. She went to put a hoof to her head, but found she was unable to move.
Oh
her
no.
eyes widened when she saw the terrifying basement she was being held captive in. She struggled against the old-looking chair that had restraints bound tightly to her hooves.
Pinkie Pie? What are you doing? Let me go, you insane pink pony!
Don't you ever call her that!
Cheese Sandwich roared angrily, mere inches from the filly's face.
Who are you?
Diamond Tiara asked. Her voice cracked in fear, although she remained bold.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that. Cheese really doesn't like it when ponies don't recognize him.
She joined.
They
his
gonna know
side
my
and
name!
lovingly nuzzled his cheek as he kept his unblinking glare on Diamond Tiara. He softened a little at her presence, but kept his wicked grin.
And you're sure you don't want to go first?
No. Mare's first.
Cheese said,
At least he's a
stepping
gentleman.
out of her way.
It's not a lot of men that are
What do you
gentlemen.
want
Just
with me?
saying that.
Let me go! My father's going to hear about this. He'll ruin you, you hear me? You'll never work in this town again.
Diamond Tiara was cut off when Pinkie suddenly produced an emerald and shoved it into the filly's mouth. Diamond Tiara gasped in confusion and spat it out immediately, trying to get the taste off her tongue.
I hear you have expensive taste, Diamond Tiara.
Pinkie said,
Oh, that's
gently
why.
retrieving the
They didn't
emerald
mean
and
literal
playing with
rocks.
it in
Oh,
her
I'm an
hands.
idiot.
I also hear that you have quite a mouth. One that tends to make other ponies upset.
Pinkie grabbed a ruby from the little pile of gems on the table beside Diamond Tiara and pushed that one into her mouth. This time, however, she kept her hoof over Diamond Tiara's mouth, so
Ugh.
she couldn't spit it out. Diamond Tiara thrashed about in confusion, making it difficult for Pinkie to keep hold. Cheese Sandwich happily came to the aid, holding the filly's head still.
Thank you.
Anytime!
As I
Oh.
was saying, I figured it was about time some pony washed that mouth out with soap for all those nasty little remarks you make about other ponies. But then I remembered that you probably are too high and mighty for something as common as soap. Maybe you'd prefer if we washed your mouth out with gems instead.
Pinkie said, grabbing a hooffull of jewels.
There's one jewel for every pony you've ever teased. Gee, I hope you can handle them all.
Just a lot of
Diamond Tiara
fucking
had the words
jewels.
Absolute confusion and terror imprinted on her face. She whimpered.
She
and
knows
thrashed
what's up.
against
She
Cheese's
knows what's
grip.
up. She's like, I've made fun of a lot of ponies.
We'll say that one is Apple Bloom. Then there's Scootaloo.
Pinkie tried to
she's
force
gonna-
a second gem into the pony's mouth, but she
She's gonna
clamped
choke.
her mouth shut tighter.
That's cheating, silly.
Pinkie said, plugging her nose so Diamond Tiara opened her mouth to gasp for air.
And then there's Sweetie Belle and Featherweight.
Cheese watched Pinkie in adoration. Not once did she lose that delightfully twisted, happy attitude of hers.
Snips. Snails.
Pinkie continued.
And a puppy dog
Screamed
tail. I'm sorry.
cried in pain, though it was muffled by the gemstones blocking her windpipe. She gagged, desperately clinging to the small passage of air she had left. Pinkie Pie leaned in close and cocked her head to the side, examining the filly.
I don't think you can handle much more without swallowing. Guess you shouldn't have bullied so many ponies.
Diamond Tiara made a small gurgle whimpering sound, thrashing her head in Cheese's hooves. Tears soaked her cheeks as she looked up at Pinkie pleadingly.
Oh, don't worry. You don't have to say it. I think I already know.
She rapidly moved away from her position in front of Diamond Tiara to stand beside her instead. Pinkie pushed her face up against the filly's head and pretended to speak on her behalf.
But I'm good now. I don't bully ponies anymore. Just ask
You-
my cousin Phillies at school.
Pinkie
You
said
psychopath.
mockingly. Pinkie switched places again, resuming her position in front of Diamond Tiara to respond.
You know, just because some pony says they're sorry doesn't mean it makes all the ouchy feelings go away. So now you're just gonna have to feel some ouchy feelings yourself. It's only fair.
Pinkie Pie took
Sweet
hold of Diamond Tiara's
revenge!
snout and pulled it apart as much as she was able to. Diamond Tiara screamed out, her tears cascading down her cheeks as Pinkie forced another gemstone past her lips. It turned out to be one too many gemstones for the filly's cheeks to handle. With nowhere to go, the gems slipped slowly down her throat, and their sharp edges sliced open her flesh. The stream of blood it caused ultimately prevented air to Diamond Tiara's lungs. She gurgled, her cheeks and neck protruding with the gems they held.
Huh. You know what I just thought of, Cheese Sandwich?
What's that?
These little beauties will actually tenderize the meat as they go down.
Streaks of red filled Diamond Tiara's watery eyes, and the fit of giggles that followed Pinkie's joke were the last things Diamond Tiara heard before she slipped away.
Pause. Oh, I thought I wouldn't care, but I care. I don't know who's Diamond Tiara. You are too good at you are too good at pantomiming, choking on your own blood. Holy crap. The VAs are too good. The VAs are too good. Boycott the VAs. Holy crap. Okay, continue. We're like 3/4 of a way through this. Let's continue. I'm actually dizzy. Oh, those noises! And then, out like a light.
Pinkie Pie hummed a little tune as she narrowly cleaned up the remains of their fun with...
Pause! Oh my god. Such a... I'm sorry, just that like dark scene and then a transition into ba-ba-da-ba-da. Alright, I'm sorry. Continue.
Diamond Tiara.
Now it's your turn.
She said happily, scrubbing the blood from the chair floor.
Oh, my turn, huh? And do I get to pick the pony?
Pinkie Pie
Oh, yeah,
took
he
one of her
still didn't
torture
pick his pony.
instruments, a pair of pliers, and bopped him on the head with them.
No killing Apple Bloom.
Oh, but
No.
fine.
Nope.
Pinkie
No.
descended the stairs, with Cheese following close behind.
And how am I supposed to know who I can and can't kill?
Don't worry, I'll show you. It'll be nice to clean Ponyville up of all the meanies.
She carefully locked the door to the
She's like
basement
Batman.
and placed a shelf of cakes in the way to conceal it.
Bat Pony.
What are we waiting for?
Cheese asked happily, already racing to the door.
Don't you need supplies?
Pinkie wondered.
Oh, I always have my supplies with me.
Cheese said with a smirk.
Who's it gonna be?
The pair of ponies strolled into Ponyville Main Square, singing a song of their conquests to come and the attraction they felt for one another.
Hey!
Cheese took a mental note of the ponies they passed. He nodded his head in their direction, but Pinkie Pie rejected him each time.
Oh.
No, she's so sweet. Lyra. No, she's obsessed with humans and it's kind of fun to hear her crazy stories. Rainbow Dash? No, she... Okay, maybe.
All right. That was funny. That got a chuckle out of me.
His eyes grew wide as his face grew dark and his hair deflated.
Him.
He growled, pointing at the stallion buying tomatoes from the nearby cart.
Pokey Pierce? But why?
Can I?
Cheese asked through clenched
No answer. He was just like, just let me do this.
Pinkie said, although she was indeed curious to know the origin of the unbridled anger.
Yeah.
She followed Cheese to watch him work from what she considered a safe distance.
Hey, you friend!
Cheese said as he poked his head up from behind him.
Friend.
Pokey gasped and took a few steps back in shock, while Cheese maneuvered to stand in front of him.
Do you still like balloons?
Cheese asked, closing in on him.
Sure.
Good. Because, as I recall, you have quite a history with balloons, don't you, big boy?
I
Now would be the time to exit stage
Pokey
left.
asked nervously.
Well, sure you do. It wasn't too long ago that you wandered into some pony's party preparations. You know, as I recall, you were all a quiver over my grand display of balloons. It's too bad no pony else got to see them, since your horn just so happened to pop them. How is it a unicorn like you manages to pop so much of some pony else's hard work, huh? That sure must take a lot of effort. Now let's see if you can do it again, my
no!
friend.
Oh
You
no!
better pop them all, for your own sake.
Just as Pinkie
Oh, no.
Pie managed to
Oh,
do
no.
on numerous occasions before, Cheese pulled from nowhere a hoofful of uninflated balloons. He blew them up and tied them off so quickly that it was beginning to draw a crowd. In a matter of minutes, the entire street was covered with balloons that were stacked 2 ponies high. With so many around, it made it impossible for one pony to see another in the chaos. Pinkie pushed her way through the sea of balloons, looking for Cheese, and when she found him, she smiled, thoroughly impressed with his work.
What?
In the confusion,
What'd he do?
Cheese had blown a balloon and tied it around Pokey Pierce's neck. Additionally, dozens of unused balloons had been stretched around Pokey's hooves, binding them together and rendering them useless to assist him. He was gasping for air, trying desperately to pop the balloons with the stifled magic from his unicorn horn.
Oh, there's really no need for all that.
Pause. That's sinister. That is sinister. That is a good trap. I like that. I like that a lot. It's like, you don't have to be a psychopath to appreciate good handiwork. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to murder no ponies. I want everybody to have fun. But holy crap, Cheese Sandwich does some good work. I'll let you know that. Continue.
Do magic when you're suffocating, isn't it? It's also kind of hard to ruin some pony else's work without that pesky horn of yours getting in the way.
Oh, no.
Clock's ticking, you know. I'm willing to bet those little lungs of yours will pop before that balloon does.
Wow, I never would have seen that coming.
In broad daylight, too. Top that, cutie pie.
Cheese said with a wink. Pinkie let out a little squeal as they watched the stallion plead for mercy. Only a few moments later, Pokey gasped his last breath.
But I will have to deduct points because I already killed by suffocation. Not too creative, Cheesy.
Ah, shoot. I'll impress you yet.
It took some doing, but the ponies in town square popped and magicked the sea of balloons away. By the time they were gone, Pinkie, Cheese, and Pokey had vanished.
It's like Ocean's 13. They just pulled off a magic trick. That wasn't even an abduction.
Pinkie and Cheese were nuzzled on a park bench, watching the sunset on their perfect day of mayhem.
Hey, Cheese?
Yeah?
This was the most wonderific of all first dates in the history of first dating.
I
Aw.
was hoping you'd say that.
Cheese said with a blush.
But maybe next time we should tone it down just a bit. I mean, I love a good barbecue bonfire as much as the next pony, but I do have to live here, you know.
What?
Pinkie said. She looked over at the beautiful blaze coming from a green Pegasus pony who'd been set alight. It was rather humorous to watch him fly around frantically until he didn't have the strength and instead would roll onto the ground in an effort to douse the flames.
I figured I'd save you a step. You won't have to bake this one into a cupcake. Just gotta get some frosting is all.
Cheese said with a smile.
Ooh, and he looks like he'd be so good with a cherry on top.
Cheese smiled and surprised his little murdering fiend with a kiss.
Mwah.
Pinkie closed her eyes and enjoyed the moment until she heard an unwelcomed sound.
Minnie!
A pink unicorn screamed, looking at the charred remains of the Pegasus on the ground.
Minnie! Oh my god, Minnie, no, please, no! What is going on?
Pinkie
Oh, no.
let out an exasperated sigh and pulled away from Cheese. She bounced towards the panicking mare.
Oh god, Minnie, no! Well, I let you out of the cage one time and this happens? What about all the...
Much better.
She
Smooth
said
as fuck.
before giving him a little peck on the cheek.
No
Cheese
fucks
had a
given.
chance to respond, Pinkie gasped and sat up quickly, saying,
We should throw a party!
Of course.
So we can...
Get rid of all the evidence and have a super great time with your friends?
Yes! How else will we get to use all these ingredients? You know, before they go bad? Ooh, we can serve little Miss Fussy Pants to her daddy! Wouldn't that be fun?
You are a delight.
he said, blowing a tuft of hair from her eyes.
And I, Pinkie, promise to make this party the best party ever.
You'd
Oh, no.
better, or you know the consequences.
The pair of them snuggled and giggled into the night.
I want to believe that he did. I want to believe that that's exactly what he did. Oh my god. Very special thanks to my patrons. Lost has a bunch of them. And she deserves... Nail the 9, I know who you are. That was Pitch! Yay! K-Bug voice Diamond Tiara, alright. Ah, come on, Lost.
Has become a joke? What could be more tactless? Wait, who wrote this? Ugh, curse, encourage her to pen this filth? This would never have happened if my little bird didn't try to fly away from her nest. She will fly home soon. I'll see to it myself.
What was that? Where was that from? Talking about birds? Lost, was that the Curse of the Lost Narrator series? Was that something with Octavia? I don't know. I'll figure out eventually. That was good. Lost is too good. Magpie, you're too good. Oh, oh man. I tell you what, like, even though Mag wrote it, like, Lost did a great job of presenting it. Kate Bug is too good at sounding like she's choking on her own blood. Like, the VAs are really talented in doing this, man. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Oh my god. That was a good one. That was a good one. Be sure to check out Lost's works. I gotta listen to more of her stories. And I also gotta catch up on my Pinkie Tales. But yeah, thank you for joining me. My name is Wolfhead Brony! Remember to like the video. Subscribe if you like my content or if you think I'm energetic or whatever. I remember I got that comment and that made me feel really good. So, I'll see you guys later. Peace.